Hey, guess what? It's not as hard to start a fitness or weight loss program as you think. And I'm going to give you $100 in free home gym equipment to prove it. I'm Carl, the co-founder of Body. That's Body with an I, the health and fitness app with thousands of 5-star reviews because our people get results. And I guarantee you'll lose 5 to 10 pounds in your first month or you don't pay. Just sign up for a Body annual membership during our New Year's Kickstart event in the next 10 minutes, and I'll send you $100 worth of home fitness gear to help you succeed with classics like P90X, PiYo, and 21-Day Fix. In fact, we have over 120 workout programs for every level of fitness, even one for beginners only. Listen, if you don't succeed, you get your money back. But keep the $100 in equipment as my gift just for trying. You've got 10 minutes, so go to body.com to sign up now. Again, that's bodywithani.com.
We get our weekly groceries delivered through Instacart because once football season starts, game time is family time. I can get everything my family needs for the week, from reliable staples to specialty ingredients, all delivered right to my door in as fast as 1 hour. So I can stay on my game without missing a minute of the game. Visit instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum order $10. Additional terms apply. Instacart. Add life to cart.
At ADP, we understand the importance of building the right team and offer the data insights to help. Just as importantly, our AI technology helps you pay the team accurately. Grow stronger with ADP. HR, talent, time, and payroll.
Dear me, very interesting. I think I should dictate a notice to be put in the Chatham papers.
Well, what would that be, Holmes?
Wanted. Particulars of a lady seen entering the grounds of Yoxley Old Place immediately prior to the murder.
What? You mean that the crime was committed by a woman?
Don't interrupt, Watson. The notice continues. The lady was well attired. She has a thick nose, eyes set close together on either side of it. Her forehead is puckered, her expression peering, and her shoulders rounded. She has been to an optician twice in the last 2 months. Her glasses are of remarkable strength. That, Lestrade, is the woman we must find. It should not be too difficult.
In just a moment, we'll see if Sherlock Holmes is able to find the mysterious woman. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what you want to do when you feel a cold coming on. Here's what you want to do at the very first sign of a cold. Take famous bromoquinine cold tablets. Bromoquinine tablets don't fool. No, sir, they get right after a cold symptom. They get right after a cold's misery. They relieve the headache and other pains that go with a cold. They relieve that stuffiness and feeling of depression that accompanies a cold. They help reduce the fever that goes with a cold. Bromoquinine tablets are fast and decisive in their action. First, because they're made especially for the relief of the common cold. And second, because they act internally. You can take lots of things for the relief of a cold, but nothing more reputable and reliable than famous bromoquinine tablets. Get them at any drugstore at the first symptoms of a cold. Ask for bromo, B-R-O-M-O, quinine, Q-U-I-N-I-N-E, bromoquinine cold tablets. Thank heavens it stopped raining. I was beginning to think I was growing wet-footed, like a duck.
This, Miss Holmes, is the path leading to the study door.
Yes. The grass margin is narrow. Very narrow. That confirms my theory that the tracks were made on the way in.
Well, but how can you tell that? The tracks have been completely obliterated.
No nearsighted woman who has just lost her glasses could have managed to keep to this narrow strip of grass. This door to the study was usually kept open, I suppose.
Yes. Come in, Holmes. Come in.
Then all she had to do was to walk in. The idea of murder was not in her mind. She had to pick the first weapon she could find.
This is the study, sir.
Yes. Let's have a look at the bureau first. The doors don't interest us. Nothing of importance in there. They're kept unlocked. The cupboard, on the contrary... what's this? A recent scratch on the face of this cupboard, beginning at the keyhole. So we discovered her while she was at her work. She tried to withdraw her key or forcing implement and made this mark. Who keeps the key of this bureau?
The professor on his watch chain.
Young Mr. Smith catches the lady at her work. In her excitement, she snatches the first weapon that comes to hand, loses her glasses, and makes her escape. She didn't go out of the study door, we know that. She didn't go up the stairs, or she'd have met Mrs. Marker and Susan. Suppose we take a look at that corridor leading to the professor's room, Lestrade.
Very well. This way, Holmes. But I warn you, you'll find nothing. I've been over every inch of it, and I promise you there's not a thing
Fluttering, Lestrade. Coconut matting, eh? Coconut matting. Just like that in the corridor leading to the outside door. That's most significant.
Well, I must say I don't see that the...
To a nearsighted lady who has just lost her glasses, Watson, one corridor with coconut matting must look very much like another.
Yes, but the professor was in his room all the time. He would have seen her.
Quite. Suppose we have a chat with the professor. He must be in. I can smell the smoke of his Turkish cigarette from here.
Come in.
Professor Cram?
Mr. Holmes, I believe. I was told you are coming. I'm glad to see you. Pardon my receiving you in bed like this, but the shock of this horrible affair. Will you have a cigarette?
No.
I think you'll like these. Made especially for me.
Thank you.
I am a great smoker, I'm afraid. It is my special vice. Well, have you decided anything about this terrible affair?
Yes, Professor. We've decided that the murderer...
It'll be almost impossible to trace.
Almost impossible to trace.
You see, there are so few clues.
That's what I was afraid of. Yes, Mr. Holmes. Do take another cigarette. I am glad to see someone else as ravenous a smoker as I am.
Thank you.
My private opinion is that the poor boy committed suicide. Heaven only knows why.
But the golden pince-nez.
Yes, the eyeglasses. That is a bit curious, I admit. But you know what young people are like these days. Emotionally unstable, no backbone, no stamina. They may have been a sort of a love token. The glasses, I mean. Queerer things than that have been cherished as such, you know.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that.
Holmes, that's your third cigarette. You're behaving like a furnace. It'll ruin your health.
There's a great deal to be said for that suicide theory of yours, Professor Cram. And now we must apologize for intruding on you. I promise we won't disturb you again till after you've had your lunch. At 2 o'clock, we should be ready to take our leave. Come along, Watson. Professor Cram looks rather tired. I can't get that taste of those horrible cigarettes out of my mouth.
Oh, then why did you smoke so many?
Oh, I had to, Watson. I have a theory. Those cigarettes should confirm it. 2 o'clock. Time to pay our farewell respects to Professor Cram.
I must say, Holmes, I've never seen you so slipshod about any case. All you've done for the last 2 hours is sit out there in the garden with your eyes closed.
Not quite all, Watson. I've discovered that the professor's appetite has not been affected by his recent shock. In fact, it seems better than ever.
Come in, Mr. Holmes. Come in. Just two. You're prompt. Well, sir, have you solved this mystery yet?
Yes.
Indeed. In the garden, I suppose. I saw you sitting out there in the sun.
No. I solved it here, in this room.
Here? But when?
This very moment, Professor Cram.
How very interesting.
Yes. The lady who committed the crime, not intentionally, but in a frenzy of fear, well, this lady lost her sense of direction and, mistaking one coconut matting for another, ran into this room.
All very fine, Mr. Holmes, but you forget I was here. I would have seen her.
Quite. Yes. You did see her, and you recognized her. You also aided her to escape.
You are mad. I helped her to escape?
How? By concealing her from the police.
Then where is she now?
Oh, she's there, behind the corner bookcase.
What?
Notice the footprints in the cigarette ashes I so carefully scattered on your carpet? Why do you think I was so particularly untidy?
You are right, Mr. Holmes. I am here. I have heard everything. I am your prisoner. I do not wish to escape. Only believe me when I say I did not mean to kill him, the young man.
I believe you, madam. But sit down. I fear you're far from well.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. Right as usual. I want you to hear my story. I want you to know the truth.
As you like, madam, as you like. But you mustn't excite yourself. There's plenty of time.
There you are wrong, Mr. Holmes. There is so little time. I am this man's wife, Professor Cram. He is not English. He is Russian. We were reformers, revolutionists, many years ago. There came a time of trouble. A police officer was killed. They suspected our brotherhood, but we were not guilty. In order to save his own life and earn a large reward, this man turned state evidence. We were all arrested on his confession. It was false. Some of us found our way to the gallows, some to Siberia. I was among the latter. My husband escaped to England with his ill-gotten gains. He stole the papers that would have proved our innocence. After many years, I made my escape. I determined to find my husband and those papers, which meant freedom and life for so many of my comrades. Imagine my terror when the young man caught me with them in my hands. I lost my head.
Yes, my dear, you are always impulsive. I see now I should have turned you over to the police this time as I did the last.
No danger of that, my brave Sergei. We were afraid the English authorities would find out who you really are and deport you to Russia, where your life would not be worth 2 pins. That is the end of the story, gentlemen.
Stop her, Holmes, stop her. There's a small bottle in her hand.
Drop that, madam.
I am sorry, but it is too late. I took the poison before I came out of my hiding place. One thing more. This packet. It is the evidence. Please, they will deliver it to the Russian embassy. They will know what to do.
You may count on us, madam.
Thank you, gentlemen. I have done my duty. It is the end. You must be sorry for me. I will be happy now.
Holmes, she's gone.
Peace be to her spirit.
Well, that was an unusual story, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I don't know when I've felt sorrier, but for a murderer.
That description Holmes gave of the woman after examining the glasses, I realized he could tell she was very nearsighted from the strength of the lenses, but the rest...
Well, she was a woman of refinement. The glasses were handsomely mounted in gold. The clips were very wide, showing the lady's nose was broad at the base. The center of the lenses were close together, therefore the eyes were close set. A lady so nearsighted as that is bound to develop a peering look, a puckered forehead, and stooping shoulders.
Yes, but the 2 visits to the oculist...
Oh, well, the clips were lined with tiny bands of cork. One was slightly worn, and the other had been replaced at some recent time and was almost new. They corresponded exactly, however, so she must have gone back to the same establishment.
It does seem obvious when you explain it.
Quite, my dear Manning, as some would say, quite.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember the danger of the so-called common cold. Remember the sickness it can cause and the bills it can cost. Act promptly, decisively at the first sign of a cold. Take famous bromoquinine tablets. Bromoquinine tablets have a reputation. Their fame extends to all quarters of the globe. Their merit is an assured fact. Reliability is the one thing you want in any medicine, especially in a medicine for the relief of colds. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate when you feel a cold coming on. Go right to your druggist and get a box of bromoquinine tablets. The small cost may save you a lot in grief and expense. Ask clearly for bromoquinine cold tablets. And now, Dr. Watson, how about next week's story?
Well, next week, Mr. Manning, I'll tell you how Holmes and I managed to solve the case of Godfrey Emsworth, the blonde soldier. A strange and particularly gruesome mystery.
You have been listening to a Sherlock Holmes adventure adapted from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's story, The Golden Pierce-Nez, with Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson. The dramatization was by Edith Meyer. This program is presented from Hollywood every week at this same time by the makers of bromoquinine cold tablets. Quick relief for colds. This is Knox Manning speaking.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.